Welcome to the WRAL Daily Download. I'm Elizabeth Holmes.
And we're following some breaking news right now in the WRAL Live Center. A manhunt underway in Craven County.
On October 30th, the WRAL newsroom got an alert that investigators in Craven County were searching for a man named Dominic Connelly. He was 24 years old at the time, and he was accused of killing his grandmother, 72-year-old Patricia Lopadote. That kicked off a nationwide search that lasted for weeks. The story of the search, though, shows us why law enforcement did not give up looking for him, despite some doubt that it would be worth it. So let's give you a timeline. It started October 25th. That's when investigators said Connelly killed his grandmother, then set fire to her home in Havelock. They said Connelly stole her car and then left. They later found that car abandoned. So at this point, Connelly is on the run, and that created fear in the community.
I haven't been out of the house all day until about 30 minutes ago. My doors are locked, my garage is secured. My son came and checked my buildings to make sure there was nothing in them, and really afraid just to leave home almost.
Then, just a few days later, on the 29th, the Craven County Sheriff's Office got a call for a possible sighting of Dominic Connelly. It was at a Bojangles in Vanceboro. Now, according to the sheriff's office, a deputy found Connelly in the bathroom. They said Connelly had a knife and stabbed that deputy in the leg before running off once again. So now, not only is he wanted for murder, first-degree arson, and larceny of a motor vehicle, he's also now facing charges for felony assault on a law enforcement official causing serious injury and resisting an officer.
We're going to get him. I'm not concerned about that at all. However, I want people in this area to be extremely careful. And if they see something suspicious, a suspicious individual, I want them to dial 911 immediately so we can respond.
Obviously, this ramps up the search even more. Days go by, and Connelly is still on the run. We'll be right back. Now, on November 1st, our newsroom got an update. Trail camera photos seemed to show Connelly walking through a field near U.S. Highway 17, and I want to paint a picture of these photos. It's broad daylight. You can see someone who appears to be Connelly standing in this field, wearing what appears to be a long sleeve shirt, long pants, long hair, and again, remember, it's broad daylight at this point. So investigators say that is him. What's also important to remember is that this is still in Vanceboro. Drones and helicopters are involved in the search, and it's continuing until Thursday, December 11th, 47 days later.
All right, thank y'all for being here today.
That day, Craven County Sheriff Chip Hughes shares this.
Today at 12:47 a.m., just north of this location, we took Dominic Connelly into custody.
He was found in an abandoned building in Vanceboro. The sheriff said it appeared to have been abandoned for a long time. It was the second time we learned that investigators searched that area, and this time they came back with canines. So he hadn't gotten far. He was still in Craven County. Sheriff Hughes said that he wasn't armed at the time. They arrested him without incident. And they said that he was pretty bad off physically.
Well, I'm not a physician, but he could barely speak, extremely dehydrated, cold, as if he had been living in the elements for quite some time.
What's interesting about this case is that earlier, the sheriff had actually said that they believed that if Connelly was still in the county, that they believed he might be dead. They actually started sending out cadaver dogs to essentially search for a dead body. He was either far away or there and deceased. Now, what we know right now is that there are a lot of unknowns. It's unclear how long Connelly had been hiding in that building. It's unclear if he had gotten any help along the way. It's also unclear what a motive may have been at this point. But what is clear is that Sheriff Hughes and investigators believe that this long search, remember, 47 days, was worth it.
And those that did not believe that we were doing this correctly or properly, or this was a waste of manpower and resources, murder suspect in custody. That's what I'll say to them.
Now, at that press conference where the sheriff shares this news, he said he had actually heard of community members having doubts about the search, saying that it was too long, that it took up too many resources, questioning that. The Craven County Sheriff's Office is already small as is. Listen to what he had to say.
It certainly was not a waste of time, as some people said, or a botched manhunt. I actually heard that ridiculous statement. It certainly was not that. This is a fine example of what perseverance and teamwork looks like. Every resource at our disposal was used during this search, this manhunt. It was done very methodically, and sometimes these things are drawn out for a long time, but this one was done right.
We also learned that the State Bureau of Investigation was there too, assisting in some kind of capacity essentially the entire time. And the director was also at this press conference, and he said that the search meant a lot to the sheriff's office, especially because of the community feedback about it.
I was elated because I know what the citizens of this county have been, especially this particular area, and the resources and the personal weight of it that Sheriff Hughes bears.
Now, after he was arrested, Connelly was taken to the hospital because, remember, he's in bad shape, and he made his first court appearance literally the day after. And I want to set the scene for you so that you can get a picture of it. He was in a wheelchair. He's wearing an orange jumpsuit. His hair is long, and it's covering his eyes. His head is down. I mean, it's almost like he can't even pick his head up. So you don't see any kind of expression at all. Normally, when you cover court, when you cover some kind of case, you're really trying to read the face of any of the people who are accused, just to kind of see what's going through their head. Are they feeling anything? What's the emotion? We couldn't really see any of that, but what was very clear was that he looked very frail and just sickly. And again, his hair is grown out. We know now that he'll spend at least the next 30 days incarcerated in Raleigh, close to where our station is, just to get better medical care as his trial plays out. Because remember, Craven County is small. They need the resources to keep him well enough to stand trial, to go to court and see this case play out. The sheriff's office, though, said that they hope this case serves as an example as to why the search was as long as it is. In this press conference, the sheriff said that this is normal for things to take this long because they want to be thorough, especially given just the height and the severity of this case. And he said it was worth the wait. He even said that they would do everything all over again if they had the opportunity, the same way that they did with this case.
I'm very relieved for the family. They deserve to see some closure, and Mr. Connelly had to be brought to justice and have his day in court, and this will serve as a message to those that break the law in Craven County and run. We will eventually get you, and we'll use every resource at our disposal.
And that does it for our show today. Thanks so much for listening. And remember, you can always listen to the Daily Download wherever you get your podcasts. That includes Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to follow the show so you don't miss an episode.